Welcome, everyone, to I Love Snow Real Talk, your daily Olympic debrief. This is two-time, soon-to-be three-time, U.S. Paralympian Dani Aravich from para cross-country skiing, and I'm excited to bring you the show alongside FIS as we debrief everything that happened today in the Olympics. We have two incredible Olympic athletes here as our guests tonight that I'm very excited to get to talk to, and they will share all their insights from the Olympic Games so far. Today, we're going to start off with women's slalom. Our first guest on the show, she's an alpine skier for the Philippines, and she competed in today's slalom race. Let's watch this first to see who it is.
Hi, I'm Tallulah Prue. I'm an alpine ski racer skiing for the Philippines, and I'm from Park City, Utah. I'm still I'm in shock. I'm like, oh, I kind of wanted to see like the slalom or GS, but I can't because I'll be in it, I'll be competing.
Tallulah Prue, welcome to the show. You just competed in your first Olympics today. Can you describe what that was like?
Honestly, this whole experience has been so surreal. It was so cool being at the top, at the hospitality with so many of my ski idols. Just the atmosphere, the energy, everything was amazing. And of course, Cortina is gorgeous. Today was bluebird sky. The courses were so fun, definitely a little tricky, but so fun. And the snow was perfect. So I was ready to, go out there and do my best and have so much fun.
Are you happy with today's result for you?
I'm very happy. I started bib 94 and I finished 50th, so I'm really happy for that. I definitely first run. I had a bit of a bobble because there was an interesting combination, but I I worked through it and I fought till the end. So I'm really proud of myself and my result today.
Ah, incredible. We are so proud of you. What did it feel like in terms of you've competed in slalom obviously many times before at World Championships? Did the Olympic stage feel different or did it feel like any other slalom race you've done before?
I'd say definitely it felt a bit different. The nerves were definitely elevated. Of course, I'm always around amazing people, my friends, my teammates. And here I was on my own. I had my amazing coach, Perry, Schottner, with me, but, the vibes were a little different, but of course, still so, so exciting. And the skiing was, I kind of had to just focus on, this is another race, right? Kind of think about that mindset instead of trying to make it, more intimidating than it is. But it really was such a fun experience.
Ah, amazing. Let's take a look at the podium today from the women's slalom race. And you are our slalom expert, so tell us what did you think of this podium? Was it what you expected, or were there any surprises from it?
Oh my gosh, today was the second run was such a close, race. I was watching on the TV in the hospitality as, everything was going down, I think Germany's like Lena Dürr, I believe. She got out on one of the first few races, really tense, and as well as some of the other top girls. And so it was really just an incredible energy to watch live. So many incredible skiers, and ski racing is such a variable sport. You really don't know what's going to happen. And seeing Michaela Schifrin absolutely rip the course, it was so exciting. And I was like, am I really going to be on that course next? I had all those ladies and everyone who competed today, because as someone who skied the course, it was definitely tricky. The first course had a difficult combination and the second one was quite turny. But I'm really proud of everyone's effort today. And I think everyone put in so much hard work for this, and they all deserve to have their moment.
Oh, yes, and Michaela, 12 years after she first won Olympic gold in this race, she is back, and she did it. Sochi 2014 too. Let's see it from today, the new shot. Milana Cortina. Ah, so cool that you got to experience it, you got to race it, and we are so pumped for you. What does it mean to you to compete for the Philippines?
For me, honestly, as the first Filipina at the Winter Olympics, it's truly such a special moment. I feel so honored to be able to present such an important part of my heritage on, you know, the biggest stage that I'll probably ever be on in my life. And especially with something I'm so passionate about, like alpine ski racing. And you show the picture of the opening ceremony here. That was such an incredible moment.
You were the flag bearer.
Yes, I was
That's
the flag bearer.
so cool.
It was honestly surreal. I keep on saying that, but you know, it was insane having people on the sides chanting Philippines, and I was like, I just felt so proud to be Filipino in that moment, and so happy to bear that flag with so much pride.
Oh, amazing. Well, we hope to see you on the World Cup circuit even more very soon. Congratulations on an incredible performance today. And we are just thrilled to continue to follow your career. So, everyone, thank you, Tallulah, so much.
Thank you so much as well.
And we had some very exciting action coming from my sport of cross country skiing today on the Olympic side. Wow. I mean, Clavo, 10th Olympic gold medal. He is now the most decorated Winter Olympian of all time, taking Team Norway to the top in the men's team sprint. I mean, we got to also shout out, though, the U.S. men capturing the silver medal with Gus Schumacher and Ben Ogden. This is Ben Ogden's second medal of the games, 2 silvers, and Gus Schumacher now becomes the 3rd American man to ever podium in a cross-country Olympic ski race. And so here's our podium from today. Norway in top, United States in second, and the home nation of Italy in third. And then from the women's side, we had a very fun race. And to no surprise, I feel like, Sweden takes the gold with Jonas Sundling, Maya Dahlqvist. Like, they really held on to that lead and were not going to relinquish it during the race and created a great margin for themselves to be able to lead to gold. So this really is the Sweden women's Olympic Games, I'd say. It's the Klæbo Games and the women from Sweden who are dominating this games. And coming up, we have one more big cross-country race. It's the 50K mass start, which I know everyone's very excited to see. The first time the women will have the 50-kilometer distance in the Olympic Games. Our next guest is hailing from the Sunshine Coast of Australia. And let's watch a quick little video to see who it is. Mila Stalker, thank you so much for joining the show. And okay, we just learned this about you. So you're from the Gold Coast. Tell us how long it took you to get to Snow when you were training growing up.
It's about an 18-hour drive down south. Yeah.
And what age did you start getting on snow to start riding that you were making the 18-hour drive?
Well, I started in Japan, so we did the 9-hour flight before the 18-hour drive, and then I did half and half between New Zealand and Australia, so ended up doing the 3 to 4 hour flight instead every 6 months, and then it turned into, when I got my driver's license, I just do the 18-hour drive down south to the homestead now. So yeah. It's changed up a little bit over the years.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could say. So you were not at the beginning of the season on the team for Australia, and now you just made the big air final at the Olympic Games. Tell us a bit about what your seasons looked like and how you've just made it happen throughout the past few months to get to the final at the Olympic Games.
Yeah, I mean, even the last year has been crazy. Like, thinking back to this time last year, I was just outside the rankings to get into Aspen and Calgary, and flew to Calgary in the hopes that I'd get in, and just missed out on competing. So to come from there to now has been insane, and it's just been back to back, kind of figuring out whether like flying to the destination. I started this season in Ruka, pre-training to Beijing, and I reckon the day before my flight to Beijing was the decider of whether I'd get that waitlist spot. And then flew in, was going to change my flight actually and stay 2 weeks longer in Ruka, and ended up flying over, and it worked out, and ended up doing really well in the first few big airs. So it's been a collective of all emotions. So yeah.
Wow. Well, you made it to the final. We hear the conditions were very tough during women's finals. What do you think makes the course that was in Milano Cortina so challenging?
I think it's been a bit of a mix of everything. We didn't have a test event, so that was quite a challenging start, but overall they did really well to get things going for us. Like for the bigger side of things, I think it was a really friendly jump, and we were able to manage really well, which was good. In the slope style side of things, obviously that's a different sector, and with the weather coming in, you always get those conditions pop in and out for a normal event. So unfortunately they came in for this, but it's just been a bit of a variable couple weeks.
Yeah, the new snowfall in Livigno seems to have just thrown off a lot of our ski and snowboard events with that added layer, especially the freestyle competition. So that seems like you've been getting hit with the weather.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a blessing, but unfortunately this time around it was for those who made through finals, it was a pretty challenging day, and a couple days, because we got postponed a couple times, but I think everybody fought for it pretty well.
How, as an athlete, do you change anything up when you do have a competition postponed? I know you're preparing and you probably plan your entire day leading into comp. So how do you pivot when you find out it's postponed?
Oh, it's such a challenge. I think you get that mental build up, and then the second you're just hoping the whole morning, you're like, do I want it to go ahead? And you're really prepping yourself, and then the second it gets changed up, you're a little bit like, oh, I don't know what to do now. It's kind of that little post-comp hangover, but pre-event, which is tricky to manage, but you kind of just gotta like calm yourself down. Carry it through to the next day, or the next moment you guys get a chance. And then I mean, for this event it would have been just prepping to kind of have those conditions still stick around, and try not even change your run, but manage a run that's gonna hopefully make it through as best you can. But yeah.
Dang, that is challenging. Well, let's take a peek at the men's snowboard slopestyle podium. And as our slopestyle expert, what do you think of this podium? Who is your dark horse in this competition? Are you surprised by this?
Oh, I mean, it's so good to see Tiger up there. I think he's had a pretty challenging season, so it was sick to see him there, and to see Ming. It's his birthday today, so to see him on the podium is pretty damn cool for his 22nd. And obviously Jake, like, he's been ripping in. So I mean, anyone in that final had like equally as much chance as the next. Like, I think this top 30 for both men's and women's has so much progression and potential to them. Like, each individual has their own flair, and I think that's really come through in this final. And it was kind of a mixed feeling. You didn't really know who was going to come through at the end, to be honest.
Yeah, and some very tight scores there between gold and silver, and Ming having won silver 4 years ago in Beijing to now getting his gold, pretty incredible. And then over to the women's podium, was there any big surprises here?
I mean, they're all amazing riders. I'm really stoked for Mari. She came through hot. I was really hoping that she podiumed today, and obviously you have the hopes for everyone, but I think seeing her in Big Air last week and having little bobbles here and there to come to this is so amazing. And she's had such a nice lead up to the games. So to see that was awesome. And obviously Zoe and Kokomo have been ripping in, and we all had our expectations there. So yeah, such a cool podium.
How have you seen the sport progress over the past few years? Because, like you said, it's just getting better and better with each year. So, what have you seen from the inside?
It's pretty insane actually. Like I think not only the trick progression, but seeing the younger crew come through so quick, and and I guess we're seeing girls do triples now, and most of the field has a dub or a baseline as a 10, which is pretty insane. Because when I first got on, I got on the second year of the quad, and I think a midfield big air was a 5 and a 7. So it's pretty insane to have a midfield be a 10 and a 9 or something like that. Like it's come a long way, which is really cool to see.
What do you think is contributing to that? Is it more athletes seeing it and wanting to get involved? Is there more sponsorship in it? What contributes to this progression?
I think seeing it and wanting to get involved is a big aspect, but I also think the community behind it makes it so involving. Like you have just mates on mates, and you just go riding, and I think having that as a big aspect of the progression side of things. Like we have the boys really encouraging the girls getting into it, and then you have all those like top dogs wanting to push, and then they're encouraging the younger crew to push as well. So it's just all kind of moving in a nice little trajectory. So it's
cool. And let's finish up with our vibe check tonight. We see this a lot, I feel like, in Park and Pipe. So athletes are celebrating one another, they're cheering for their competitors, they're really sharing the love. So what's that finish like as a Park and Pipe competitor for all these athletes who really are out there hugging it out?
Such an emotional moment, I think, especially today where it was challenging, and you really just, it was down to landing a run. Yeah, that hug at the bottom is just an insane feeling, and I think every single person in it, well, the top 60 for the boys and the top 30 for the girls, like it doesn't matter who you are, there's always going to be someone at the bottom going, that was so epic and so proud of you and everything. So there's really that side of family to it all.
And you get to know your competitors, I assume, a lot at all the competitions throughout the seasons also leading in. So it's, these people are familiar to you, and you get to watch their progress, watch their success, their failure. So I'm sure that that adds to that emotional connection too. And, you know, what is your favorite part of the snowboard community?
I think the fact that we get to watch each other come so far, like we just, yeah, we spend so much time together, and that aspect kind of brings in so much emotion. And to be able to watch from the start of a season where it's like a little bit of nerves, and then they grow, and yeah, just seeing the growth between everybody and the friendships grow and everything, like it's, yeah, that's probably my favorite part.
That's beautiful. Well, let's take a peek at what is coming up tomorrow at the Olympic Games. Okay, Nordic Combined men compete tomorrow. We have the half pipe qualification, aerials for men, the team sprint for Nordic Combined, and more half pipe for the women. Anything you're particularly excited to watch tomorrow?
The half pipe for sure.
Yeah.
I think they've had a challenging training sessions, so I'm really excited to see both the women's and the men's go ham in it.
Sweet. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and congratulations on an incredible Olympic Games. And thank you everyone for tuning in to another episode of I Love Snow. And we will be back tomorrow with another Olympic recap. Until then, make sure you continue to watch the Olympic Games. And don't forget, the Paralympics start March 6th.
Thank you.